MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell comically attempts to defend his lumpy pillows while Marjorie Taylor Greene talks Peachtree Dish meat and Don Jr. hunts with donuts. Select all images with sleazebags who get millions from the NRA. Romney, Burr, Tillis, Blunt, Ernst, Rubio, Portman, Young, Cruz, verify.
This they didn't do it all in one place. They're smarter than that. Remember, these are cyber geeks. They're computer wizards. They know stuff, right? They know they're smarter than, I know numbers.
I know numbers. No, you really don't.
Number C. Number C. Number C. They turned in their electors. They had more voters than votes in places where it's against their law. You can't have more voters than votes.
It is pouring MAGA tears, with Marjorie Taylor Greene's Peachtree Dish meat rant, Don Jr.'s Utah bear scandal, and conservative lunacy advocating turning teachers into some sort of fantasy remake of Welcome Back, Kotter with an early 90s Steven Seagal. I have a laugh with fresh tech fails and crazy talk from Mike Lindell, check in with Mitch McConnell's secret house party, Alex and perjury trader Greene's bunker broadcast, plus the latest and stupid from Donald Trump, Lauren Boebert, and more. Scarface's slow cousin tweeted,
"Guys, I'm having the same problem. Just screaming, trust the science. It doesn't seem to fix the issue."
Naturally, I replied, the same guy upset about trusting science and complaining about no food on shelves illegally baited bears with a pile of grain and pastries on a dodgy hunt compensating for the tiny toad unit he inherited from the defeated former president.
I met the guy in Mar-a-Lago when we were there for a Kerry Lake event, and this guy had interviewed Sununu. What's his name?
Chris Sununu, governor of New Hampshire.
And Sununu, by the way, was targeting you and President Trump at the same time in the same speech at this gridiron dinner.
Oh, what did he say about me?
GOP Governor Chris Sununu, I can't put it on the air, guys, because I guess it's blanked out. It is blanked out. Governor Chris Sununu slams Mike Lindell's CRAP pillows. Governor Chris Sununu slams Mike Lindell's CRAP pillows.
Brannon spells crap. This is what you do around toddlers and dogs. I don't know if he's doing it to hide the word from Mike or his audience, because we know both can't read.
There's two different types of unemployment. There's state unemployment, and then the federal government has paid a lot of unemployment. That has come through the COVID relief bills. Now,
it's like Marjorie just goes talking to people that don't want to be talked to. Like, this guy's more interested in his community center slop than listening to Marjorie Troll Greene blab on. I'm turning my back to spork feet so I don't lose my lunch. Sarah Palin's slow cousin tweeted, "Today we remember everyone who laid down their life for this great nation. Your sacrifice to keep America free is never forgotten." Naturally, I replied, can we also remember that the one-term failed president you worship called the troops losers and suckers, attacked John McCain saying, "I like people who weren't captured," and had his father pay off a doctor to claim Diaper Dawn had bone spurs?
I'll give an example, Brandon. I've always been like that. I've sold 75 million MyPillows now. 75 million with an M, okay? And back in the day, we had a guy come up at the Minnesota State Fair, and he said he was from a.
I don't know if he's saying with an M to confirm with himself or Brandon.
We're going to take sex education out of the schools and put it back in the homes where it belongs.
Anyone this fired up about teaching kids about sex shouldn't be allowed around kids. You don't want to have this conversation with your children, and they don't want to have it with you. Leaving it to the teachers is the right thing to do because you're going to mess it up. Okay, Don, Eric, I have something to tell you. The egg goes down the Filipino tubes, and then you do a sprinkle of lemonade on the chest, and she makes fun of your mushroom-shaped unit. That's how it goes. Any questions?
I don't need to keep making a pillow. I could have made it to only last 8 months or a year, and it would still be the best pillow they ever had.
If your $80 sack of chopped up foam didn't last a year, you would not think it's the greatest pillow you've ever had, especially when the existing product has an F rating from the BBB and a 20% rebuy rate. And again, IKEA makes the same pillow for $20 and you can get a $1 hot dog on the way out. Just saying.
You have to accept the fact that the government totally wants to provide surveillance on every part of your life. They want to know when you're eating. They want to know if you're eating a cheeseburger, which is very bad because Bill Gates wants you to eat his fake meat that grows in a Peachtree dish. His fake meat that grows in a Peachtree dish. So you'll probably get a little zap inside your body and that's saying, no, don't eat a real cheeseburger. You need to eat the fake burger, the fake meat from Bill Gates. They probably also want to know when you go to the bathroom and if your bowel movements are on time or consistent. I mean, what else do these people want to know?
It's no shocker that the same person that mocks trusting the science also doesn't know the difference between a pie tin and a shallow, transparent lidded dish used by biologists. I have not seen someone mangle science this much since Ivanka did her lab cosplay and Trump suggested injecting disinfectant. And the government doesn't need any secret tricks to find out where Trump is going to the washroom. He's diapered on. Just any picture of him is Trump going to the washroom. That's how he rolls. And you know what, perjury trader Greene? Lab-grown meat is still meat. The same way lab-grown diamonds are still diamonds, and you're still a moron. Alex here, still broadcasting from our Patriot bunker with Marjorie again. Good dude. And we've been learning all sorts of survivalist things. I taught her how to make a fire and then to safely put it out. But that was easy since she usually goes to the washroom standing up. I mean, she really did catch on to it all quite quickly, but I have to be honest, there were some moments because we are in a confined space and we had a live fire and I told her to do one on it and she took a dump. Right there. Do you know what it's like when someone takes a dump on a fire in a small environment? It is not good. I gotta be honest, it really killed the mood, but we still did it. We went into the next room and I got everything off. She got everything off except what?
The socks stay on.
Yeah. I do not touch that beast of a woman without having coverings over those platypus freak fin feet things she's got going on. They terrify me. Absolutely terrify me. I'm absolutely terrified of them. I'm more scared of them than the globalists and the Chinese coming here. Meanwhile, at the biggest broadcast place ever, things aren't going that smooth with bargain bin Burt Reynolds and Kmart suit Brannon.
So it says Frank's speech is not working. Could you look at that, Kelly?
She's uploading.
What?
She's uploading Dominion Exposed right now, so that might be why it's not.
No, I need to know. Just go on your thing. We need to know.
Logan, I just sent you a graphic to throw up, please.
It's working. It's working fine.
It's working on Logan's
so
end, he said, but I just sent you a graphic, Logan.
She's getting that up there right now.
No, that doesn't matter. It's our live stream. Over here on Frank's speech, they're saying fix Frank's speech. I don't know if these are bots and trolls. Could you take?
I think this is a good time to mention I made these Let's Go Darwin mugs, and they've got my MAGA Tears logo on the other side. If you want to support the show, I have these, some other mugs and fun stickers, or you can now tip me with this PayPal QR code or the link in the description. Either way, thank you for watching. Back to the show. All right, fellas, tonight's the night for doing nose candy and getting randy. As per our group iMessage chat, Madison is not available, so Lindell will be sitting in on the chair mop duty. That fine, Mike? That's not a mop, it's a steak sandwich. Can I get a bump?
Guys, my brother plans to be here around 10. I hope that's okay.
It's a little weird.
He is actually a really fun guy and will probably bring a few girlfriends.
That's gross, and I'm gross. Now I know this is important to you, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense to invite him. Especially on a night when Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz are not even in attendance.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know hot girls were a problem.
Hot girls aren't the issue, Don. Minors are.
He's like almost 40.
Oh, that's the Eric fella with the totally different but equally weird voice and the wife that's always on Fox looking like she crawled out of a makeup lab explosion. Her face is just all, yeah, it's wrong. To be completely fair, we thought you were talking about Byron.
His name's not Byron. It's Steak Sandwich.
Can I get a bump?
I said, I believe Fox said, hey, come on, Dominion, come on, Smartmatic, sue us so it makes it look good to the public. You know what I mean? Sue us so it makes it look good. Like if you have a big drug bust and you have an informant, you're going to haul the informant to jail too to make it look good, right?
Right.
But and same way with Chris Ruddy over at Newsmax, I asked Chris,
We need to repeal the federal gun-free school zone act. We need to completely repeal it. Parents need to be able to determine at their schools how they want to secure the school. They need to decide if they want to have a volunteer group of parents that take turn arming and protecting doors.
Plan. It's time to finally allow highly trained teachers to safely and discreetly concealed carry. Let them concealed carry.
My parents were both teachers, and my dad hated commercials. Whenever we would be watching TV, because this was the 80s and we weren't on our phones, we were all huddled around the one TV, and every time an ad break would come on, he'd always scramble to mute the commercials. And half the time, he'd accidentally turn the volume up, and the other half the time, he would drop the remote on the hardwood floor, and the batteries would fly across the room. I'm just saying, my dad couldn't handle a remote control, and he would be now expected to handle a gun under far more intense situations than I don't want to hear the Cars for Kids ad again in my life. Teachers are not special forces, and last time I checked, there were highly trained people at this incident, and they did nothing, because they are scared of automatic weapons. Trump attempted to read the names of victims to a crowd of sickos, punctuating each with a bell and following it up with a dance, because this is what you do when you're a moronic psychopath. It has now come out that Utah guide Wade Lemon took Don Jr. on a hunting trip where Don Jr. killed both a bear and a cougar, and according to the Utah Department of Natural Resources, it was illegally baited with a pile of grain, oil, and pastries. Is there anything the Trumps don't cheat at? But it gets even stupider. The guide is facing a felony charge with 5 years in jail, and a case lawyer is suggesting Don Jr. was actually a victim, and now a possible witness in a fraudulent scheme to lead the hunter to believe it was actually a legitimate Wild West hunting situation. Don Jr. knew it wasn't legitimate when he entered a fenced area with a pile of Dunkin' Donuts. But that's what he wanted. He's in it for the image. He's a wet noodle who knows that his moronic base will be impressed that he shot a large animal. They won't see the pics of the guides, the contained area, or the illegal bait. They'll just see Don Jr. roughing it in camouflage with the tag still on. Now, I think the one thing not being told here is that this could very well be a story of Dim Jr. out for vengeance. After seeing the article about the bear that consumed a large stash of coke, this is like a Trump movie version of Taken, where Don Jr. goes to Utah on a rampage against bears wasting his drug of choice. Watch Brandon struggle to swallow the unicorn wank he's been serving. It's in the mouth, it's stuck. What do I do? What do I do? Is there, what am I, oh, it's just here. Okay, do I spit it out or I take more? I chug more. I can't tell. Did he put more in or did he put it out? He disguised that well. Dim Jr. put down his rolled up bill to tweet,
Guys, never skip range day, all right?
Naturally, I replied, says the runt spawn of Diaper Don that skipped brain day his entire life. And now we got Don Jr.'s girlfriend posting barbecue videos inside, as you do.
I don't know if you know this or not, but 85% of the meat that they sell in stores today is not even from the United States. It's from overseas, from other countries, and you don't even know what's in it or what you're really getting.
Thanks for that unicorn wank, Kimberly. USDA data projects beef imports at 11% of U.S. consumption. That's a little different than 85, but she sleeps with a guy who is used to exaggerating his meat. A big loser with sound bites for tree huggers. MAGA tears. You are a nutcase. MAGA tears. You are why I trained at Fort Dix to eradicate our enemies. MAGA tears. If MSNBC and CNN had a baby, it would look like this towhead. MAGA tears. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend. If you can afford to, please throw me a tip with the easy PayPal link below, or check out my mugs and stickers that go great with those MAGA tears. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries. I've done several arena and theater tours with Jim Jefferies, and I have 3 albums. You can stream them wherever you like. Thanks for watching. Life's short. Be cool. Be kind. Take care.